Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to be exploring the stories of some of the luckiest people alive, who have survived near-death experiences, against all odds. From free-falling from an airplane, to surviving inside a sunken ship, the people on this list have all defied the laws of probability and cheated death. The last story in this video will blow your mind. Let's get started. Our first story takes us to the year 1972, when Vesna Vulovic, a Serbian flight attendant, survived the highest fall, without a parachute. Vesna was working on a flight from Stockholm to Belgrade, when a bomb exploded in the baggage compartment of the plane, causing it to disintegrate mid-air. Vesna was the only survivor of the crash, and despite falling more than 33,000 feet, she miraculously survived. She suffered multiple injuries, and was in a coma for 27 days, but eventually made a full recovery. Next up, we have the story of Harrison Okun, a Nigerian cook, who survived for 3 days, in an air pocket inside a sunken ship. In 2013, Harrison was working on a tugboat that capsized and sank in the Atlantic Ocean. He was the only survivor of the disaster, and managed to stay alive by finding an air pocket inside the sunken vessel. He was eventually rescued by a team of divers who were conducting a search and rescue mission. Our third story takes us to the year 1971, when Julianne Cope, a 17-year-old girl, survived a plane crash in the Peruvian rainforest. She was traveling with her mother on a flight from Lima to Pucallpa when the plane was struck by lightning and disintegrated mid-air. Julianne fell more than 2 miles to the ground, still strapped to her seat, and miraculously survived the fall. She was the only survivor of the crash, and spent the next 11 days trekking through the dense jungle until she was finally rescued. Our fourth story is about Roy Sullivan, a former U.S. park ranger, who survived being struck by lightning an unbelievable 7 times. Sullivan's first lightning strike occurred in 1942, when he was working as a park ranger in Shenandoah National Park. He was struck by lightning while inside a lookout tower, causing his hair to catch on fire. Remarkably, he survived the strike and continued to work as a ranger for several more years. Sullivan went on to be struck by lightning 6 more times, earning him a place in the Guinness Book of World Records for most lightning strikes survived. Next in the list, we have Mauro Prosperi, who survived for 9 days in the Sahara Desert by drinking his own urine and eating bats. In 1994, Mauro was participating in the Marathon des Sables, a grueling 6-day race across the Sahara Desert. On the 4th day, a sandstorm hit, and Mauro got lost. He wandered off course for 10 hours, and eventually ran out of water. Despite his training and experience, he was ill-prepared for the conditions, and soon his situation became desperate. For the next 9 days, Mauro wandered through the desert, lost and alone, surviving on bats he caught and his own urine. He eventually stumbled upon a military outpost, and was rescued. And now, it's time for our final story. Frane Selak was born in 1929, in Croatia. He worked as a music teacher, and had a relatively normal life, until his first brush with death in 1962, when he survived a train crash that killed 17 people. In 1963, Selak was on a plane that crashed in a field, killing 19 people. He survived by being blown out of the plane's open door, and landing on a haystack. In 1966, he was on a bus that went off a cliff and into a river, but he managed to swim to safety. In 1970, his car caught fire while he was driving, but he was able to escape before it exploded. In 1995, Selak was hit by a bus in Zagreb, Croatia, sustained only minor injuries and was safe. But here is what happened in 2003. Selak won the Croatian lottery, which made him a millionaire. He used the money to live a comfortable retirement and to travel the world. Selak's incredible story has been the subject of many articles and TV shows. Despite his many brushes with death, Selak has maintained a positive outlook on life and continues to enjoy his retirement. And that's it for our list of some of the luckiest people alive who have survived near-death experiences. These stories remind us of the fragility of life and the importance of being prepared for the unexpected. By staying mentally and physically strong, and having the right tools and knowledge at our disposal, we can increase our chances of surviving, even during the most extreme situations. Thanks for watching this video, and be sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more such informational content.